These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear. And it is
Jimmy Dean, Marilyn Monroe, they are just puppets.
Oh, I hear you like to be a star. Well, the price of fame is not cheap. I hope you've got what it takes. But all we want is your soul.
Her voice spoke to me and it slowly started saying,
bring your lifestyle to me, I'll make it better.
And how long will I live?
Eternal life and forever.
Or will I be the G that I was?
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you. Do something with it.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me always. Money coming in all day. Money coming in all paid. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me.
We need to teach our kids that those positions, Justin Bieber, Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, whoever, Jimmy Dean, Marilyn Monroe, they are just puppets. It is like chasing the dragon. I made the mistake when I was here, but I wouldn't do, like, there's certain things I'm too stubborn and just not, you're not going to control me. So at a certain point when you're telling me to get up and I have to go to a party at night, I don't want to go to a party at night. But Bianca Sensori is her name, I guess. She needs to literally, she really literally needs to be helped. But she made the contract. And it's fine if you want to, you know, work for the devil and everything. Now what they're saying, because Trump's in office, is that anyone that supported him is an evangelical. And what I teach people, this is my own thing, any kind of religion on earth as we know it. I don't care if it's Buddhist. I don't care if it's Mormon. I don't care if it's Christian. They're all slated to us wrong. It's reversed. They don't want us to know. So it's not evangelical Christians. It's people who are presenting themselves as Christians that are causing Christians to be the blame for all of this.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear. And it is an honor, actually, that they endorsed Dr. Martin Luther King and were against the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's actually an honor. Now, when you say that they also, in this same Newsweek poll magazine, I think the pollster said that he went into the Negro community and asked about the Muslims. And
you know, if money didn't rule the world, Diddy would have been caught so much sooner, right? I mean, with all the non-disclosure agreements and the high-profile lawyers, gathering evidence for these kind of cases takes time and is pretty complicated. You really think that's the problem? The feds don't care about any of that until billionaires start making phone calls. What do you mean, like billionaires have the FBI on speed dial? Do you remember back in the day when Diddy partnered with Ciroc when the brand was pretty much on life support? Yeah, Diddy single-handedly saved Ciroc and turned him into the go-to party drink. Right. But who owns Ciroc? Diddy. Wrong. Ciroc is owned by Diageo. But guess who owns a big piece of Diageo? Diddy? No, dude. BlackRock and Vanguard. Diddy is, however, the face of Ciroc, but he does co-own De Leon Tequila with Diageo. Wait a minute. Didn't Diddy sue Diageo for treating De Leon like an urban brand and limiting his marketing potential? Correct. He said they were neglecting his brands because he's black. Now, what's interesting is the lawsuit took place in May of 2023, and a few months later, all of these allegations just appear out of nowhere. Hold up. You're saying they had this dirt on him the whole time and they just sat on it until he became a problem? Bingo. They have dirt on literally everyone. Celebrities, politicians, judges, you name it. And if you play by the rules, you get to live your comfortable life in peace. Well, he definitely stepped out of line, and that's why they dropped a hammer on him. So basically, don't bite the hand that feeds you, especially when that hand belongs to the people who practically own everything. BlackRock and Vanguard, they're like the final bosses of capitalism. All Diddy had to do was accept his Illuminati paychecks and keep his mouth shut, and none of this would have came out. So if you play along, you get to be untouchable, huh? Pretty much. All you have to do is smile for the cameras and don't forget who's pulling the strings. Well, if I ever hit it big, I'll just stick to smiling. And of course, avoid suing anyone who has a stock portfolio bigger than my entire net worth. Trust me, you don't want to hit it big. Continue living your simple life in this RV and keep your soul.
FBI, open up!
Well, I guess it's time to go.
Hey, I had a kid ask me a good question. He said, why does Denzel, Samuel Jackson, Lawrence Fishburne, and so many other people, why do they still act in their old? And I said, that's a good question. Then a thought hit me in the head, which was the Holy Spirit, which was this. It's not that these guys enjoy acting. The thing is it's not that I even think that they enjoy the money. The thing is they have to finish out the contract that they once started. They have to fulfill their side of the deal. If Hasatan gives them the money, the fame, the promises, and the acknowledgement, they have to finish what they're doing. There was an interview with Bob Dylan, and this is a strange interview, but it still rings true today. The reason why these celebrities still go on tours, the reason why they're still active, the reason why they're still singing, the reason why they're still doing reunion tours and singing, rapping, whatever they do, it is because they are puppets. Bob Dylan said that it was a thing that he had to come to terms with a long time ago, something he made a deal with. And he said the chief commander, we know who the chief commander is. And that explains a lot of why Denzel won't stop doing movies. Now, I know a lot of people say, you know, he's an ordained minister. We're not going to dig into that. But the reason why he still does these movies that are completely anti-Christ is because he knows who his master is. He made a contract, he made a deal a long time ago, and he has to finish that deal until his days are done. You see, you never want to believe the fact that people actually love the business. They do not love the business. That's why a lot of them are driven to drinking, drugs, so many others. And you see the fall of some of these celebrities like Heath Ledger, so many others. It is simply because they have to finish out what they've done. If you sign a deal today, there is set number of years, there are set number of things that you have to do and adhere to. There are things you can't say, and you must be a part of the brotherhood. These are facts. These are facts. So when you see a lot of your old school loves, like just going back to like James Brown and so many others, even Janet Jackson today, it's not because they're going broke. It's not because they love to do it. It is because they are owned. A lot of your celebrities have these star tattoos. A lot of them have star rings, star memorabilia, and it just lets you know that an angel is over and in charge of their lives. That's why they have the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the star, right? The Golden Globe Award, that bald golden image, that goes back to Egypt. They can't stop doing what they're doing. So when you see 3 6 Mafia, so many others coming back together after so many years and doing this, that, and others, because they are puppets. They have to dance for their master. I want you to think about that. The kid asked a very good question, and it makes a lot of sense.
In the episode, The Devil and Little D, Sammy gets offered a record deal by these two weird-looking guys but turns it down. They then go up to Lil D and offer it to him, to which he agrees and signs it without reading the terms. Lil D unknowingly just sold his soul to the devil, who takes the form of a record producer by the name of Big D.
Is that Santa?
Close. Big D.
Really? Hey, they call me Lil D. What your D stand for?
Yeah, Dwight. Yes, that's it, Dwight.
At first, Little D is eager for his big break, but soon finds that something is off about his deal. They begin to change him and even try to make him wear a dress. This episode parallels the theories of celebrities selling their souls in order to make it in the industry. They make him dye his hair blonde and wear a dress, which are rituals performed in Hollywood. Fortunately, at the end, his contract is void and Lil D gets his soul back and is freed from the label.
I can't die, my boo-boo's about to have my baby. I think it's too late for praying. Hold up, her voice spoke to me and it slowly started saying,
Bring your lifestyle to me, I make it better.
and how long will I live?
Eternal life better forever.
Or will I be the G that I
I
was?
make your life better than you can imagine or even dream of. So relax your soul, let me take control. Close your eyes, my soul.
My eyes are closed.
They think they can rewrite history. Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made all lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
Tiffany asked that we make an attempt to court Katt Williams, but she's rapidly discovering the hard way that you shouldn't pursue relationships with people who aren't available to have fun. She was probably not prepared for Katt to hit her that hard, but she has been attempting to draw attention to herself by disclosing Katt's drug use. Katt will really come after you if she spills tea. This time, he revealed Tiffany to be a Hollywood elite puppet being used for their nefarious plans. Listen, you all need to join in on this crazy play where Katt is leaking all the tea, he declares, implying that Tiffany is really only a pawn. You wouldn't know Katt as a person if you assumed she would cease outing people in the business. Frankly, Katt is among the most tenacious and uncompromising individuals I have ever met. He never knows when to give up or cease brewing tea. He took things to the next level when he showed up on the Club Shay Shay podcast a few days ago. He also talked a lot about other famous people, such Tiffany Haddish, Kevin Hart, and Diddy. Right now, he revealed Kevin and Tiffany as con artists by pairing them up. Now, because this was uncommon, many thought that Katt had shot first. Consequently, many justified Kevin and Tiffany's initial use of physical force as self-defense. To be honest, wouldn't it irritate you if someone else began chasing you without warning? That is false, though, as Katt's attack was motivated by revenge for Tiffany and Kevin's attempts to damage his reputation, not by randomness as everyone had assumed. Alright, let me quickly go over the background for each and every one of you. Do you recall how Katt used to constantly expose the Illuminati and other dubious industrial groups? He claims that the powerful people in the industry have held him back and kept him from reaching his full potential, and as a result, he has suffered greatly.
I've been doing shit. I was on That's So Raven. I was on all this shit. I did extra work. I was on all the white people TV shows, the black people TV shows. I used to be on Biz 360.
He was asked about his thoughts on Kevin Hart's choice to wear a dress on Saturday Night Live during the Club Shay Shay interview. Katt has previously discussed how strange and incorrect it was for black men in the industry to frequently be required to dress a certain way or behave in certain ways, such as glamorizing gay relationships for laughs. However, Katt objected to this practice, saying that it was an intentional attempt by the firm to disparage black males. He described it as an honor ritual, highlighting the fact that these black men's humiliation allows them to gain more notoriety. Kevin Hart addressed this as well, but with less vitriol than Katt did, saying he didn't think it was a good idea for men to wear gowns in general. He recently made an appearance in a dress on...
There are humiliation rituals.
Yes. And sometimes they don't even get in. So a lot of these stars, a lot of these celebrities that want to get to, the higher level, the A-list or whatever, they come to them to get in. And they're like, I don't want you. They pick and choose. Whoever could be the better puppet is who can get in. And yes, they be sacrificing family. They be doing a whole fucking lot. Absolutely. But it's way more than that. And to get out of the contract, you see these humiliation rituals and things like that. You gotta do a lot to get out of that shit. But you're gonna get what you want in the interim.
Always constantly in a dress is just strange to me as a man, because at the end of the day, you're not meant to be in a dress, right? And you have black men on social media who probably aren't even gay, right? But they create this character of themselves as like a joke or, skits to be dressed up as a woman. And in my opinion, you couldn't come up with anything male related, but it starts at home. It starts from what you're watching. It starts from being programmed for certain stuff. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they're not like black men who just are, gay or in the LGBT community. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you are. But don't tell me you're dressing up as a woman to play a skit and then you take your clothes off and go back to being a man, but you do it for so long, it become ingrained in your head like it's a character that is part of you, right? And in my opinion, all of those have been pre-programmed to just happen because, the moms at work, the children are at home watching movies, they see it on TV, they see the people that they look up to, the musicians, the artists, the movie stars on TV, and they're doing these things. And it's like, oh, well, this is normal. So then I'm going to start doing it because it's a normal thing in my community, And my thing is, it's just, it just kind of continues. Because back in the days when it wasn't so out there like that, people wouldn't dare to just say, oh, I'm going to do a skit, I'm going to dress like a woman, and then just adapt that character as myself to make money, basically, And or, in my opinion, the whole celebrity being puppets is they will find people to put in front of you to present something that we're trying to indoctrinate and to try to brainwash you into thinking this is normal, so I'm paying them a lot. It's giving being put in a dress for the right role, black male celebrities being put in a dress for the right role and for the right price. Because at the end of the day, there's such a thing as emasculating or making the black men more feminine, like in gels and all of these other things. Because at the end of the day, if you want to destroy a nation, start with the children, right? And who is being influenced by these men, the young black men, like the music, the artists, the movie star, All of these people are influencing the young black men in the black community. The whole celebrity thing, yes, some white celebrities does wear the skirt, but it's not as popular in the white community or the Spanish community for the men to be dressed in skirts like that. Even though you're in a movie, some here and there, but for always constantly in a dress is just strange to me as a man, because at the end of the day, you're not meant to be in a dress, right? And you have black men on social media who probably aren't even gay, right? But they create this character of themselves as like a joke or, skits to be dressed up as a woman. And in my opinion, you couldn't come up with anything male related, but it starts at home. It starts from what you're watching. It starts from being programmed for certain stuff. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they're not like black men who just are, gay or in the LGBT community. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you are. But don't tell me you're dressing up as a woman to play a skit and then you take your clothes off and go back to being a man, but you do it for so long, it become ingrained in your head like it's a character that is part of you, right? And in my opinion, all of those have been pre-programmed to just happen because, the moms at work, the children are at home watching movies, they see it on TV, they see the people that they look up to, the musicians, the artists, the movie stars on TV, and they're doing these things. And it's like, oh, well, this is normal. So then I'm going to start doing it because it's a normal thing in my community, And my thing is, it's just, it just kind of continues. Because back in the days when it wasn't so out there like that, people wouldn't dare to just say, oh, I'm going to do a skit, I'm going to dress like a woman, and then just adapt that character as myself to make money, basically, And or, in my opinion, the whole celebrity being puppets is they will find people to put in front of you to present something that we're trying to indoctrinate and to try to brainwash you into thinking this is normal, so I'm paying them a like, just like the sexy reds of the world, right? Out of all the talented people, out of all the talented black artists that are around, female artists, we decide to promote sexy red as like, you know, the face of black community, because quiet as it's kept, this is what other people see. We might not say it, oh, she's not the face of the black community, but when people are seeing this person being pushed in their face, it's not an accident. Everything is pre-planned, pre-programmed, and strategically placed for a reason to do something. Because like I tell you before, music radiate this frequency that goes into the world and the people that listen to it, and it activates something in you. You know what I mean? Just like when you listen to good affirmations, it activates you to start doing better in life, to start doing the thing that the picture is showing to you. I was watching this interview with Candace Owens. Now, Candace Owens, I think I have this love-hate relationship for her, because at the end of the day, I feel like Candace Owens is like a broken clock. She's right twice a day. Sometimes she says some stuff and it makes a lot of sense, okay? It makes a lot of sense if you really listen to it and just disregard the messenger, because sometimes she does say off-the-wall stuff, a lot of times actually. But she was saying something about Sexy Red, about how it's not an accident. And I was like, I've been saying this all this time. It's not an accident that they would pick the most ratchet person and make her like the face, or just make her famous out of nowhere, and all she's talking about is her coochie. And I'm just like, girl, you know, is there anything else that you can rap about? And they have all these mumble rappers who you cannot even understand what they're saying. Remember how back in the days when music used to make you feel something? No, is it just me? I know I'm not that old, but I remember listening to Put Me to Bed. Y'all know what song. I can't sing too much of it because of copyright, you know. But my thing is, songs used to make you feel something, and now you're just like, I can't wait for the song to be done, because what is that? What is that? And in my opinion, we got a Sexy Red. You know, you would think people would just assume this girl was planted there to basically make the black community look bad. Because what? Did y'all see the videos or the pictures of after she gave birth at the hospital? I mean, she was still bleeding. The girl was up on the bed, legs wide open, bending over and throwing the middle finger. The baby, poor thing, is laying right next to her. And I'm just like, girl, what? Is that blood coming through your hospital gown? What is going on? What? Like, what? How much are you being paid to sell out like that, to do that to a community of children that are looking up to you? And I see somebody actually in the comment section was saying that, oh, you know, everyone deserves a genre of music to listen to. Like we have like affirmations and good R&B music, hip hop music and all that. They should have ratchet music. And I get it. I actually don't get it, but I try to sympathize, okay? Sympathize. Sure, if you want to listen to your ratchet music, but can the ratchet people just be like the last in the line and not like the first? Can we have the Chrisette Michelles of the world? Because they basically destroyed this girl's career over something that she did only for everyone, mostly everybody, to vote for the same person back in. And yet she still don't have her career back. And I'm just like, she's talented. She's singing about good things, okay? Great, beautiful things. She sings about beautiful love stories, black love, and people always talk about black love, but they only talk about it when it's convenient for them. It's like, okay, do we talk about, you know, the music that brings back black love? Because I remember back in the days, people used to talk about music like it was beautiful, because it is. It depends on the music that you listen to, but it invokes something in you. It's like otherworldly, right? And in my opinion, they used to talk about music like baby making music and this type of music and that type of music. Now, we don't even know what it is that they're playing on the radio anymore. I can't remember the last time I actually listened to the radio. That's crazy. I cannot remember the last time I listened to the radio. And I'm just like, what is being played? But these people are puppets. They're placed here to distract you, to keep your frequency low, because at the end of the day, your frequency is like currency, you know? And when you're listening to this type of music, you are giving them your energy. In return, they're harvesting your energy and basically putting out garbage to you, to your brain, to lower your frequency, to kill your brain cells, basically, right? And it's not just Sexy Red. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, she's always talking about her butt like her posterior. Ma'am, is there anything else we can talk about? You know, Nicki Minaj, she's very versatile. I can't come for Nicki. She's look, talent, okay? And I'm glad we still have one standing, barely, because people are just trying to destroy her. But my thing is, you have rappers out here who are basically telling you they're going to take you to hell with them because the song that you're listening to, that they create, that you give all your energy to, has underlying spells and rituals on it. But then when someone is talking about the truth, people want to attack you, saying that you are the devil worshiper. Meanwhile, you're worshiping the devil with the music that you're listening to every day because you don't know the truth about what's going on, because you choose to willingly ignore it, you know? Because my thing is, it's right in front of your face. They tell you, didn't Lil Uzi Vert basically told his whole fans that they're going to hell with him because they're the reason why he's in the position that he's in, which is true. Even though he basically sell out and promotes so many crazy things to the black community, this man was wearing a thong. He's wearing like black nail polish, and don't get me wrong, if you want to wear black nail polish, I guess it doesn't make you feminine and very... okay, but it just couldn't be me. I couldn't be with the man who's wearing nail polish and we're both sharing nail polish. It's just not me. But other people see it as something normal. Doesn't make you less of a man, I guess. But in my eyes, you know, I prefer it a different way. So it doesn't make it wrong, but I just can't. I'm just like, I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. Like, men in dresses, and people just assume, oh, it's just a movie. No, it's not just a movie, okay? Because everything about your brain works a certain way. Everything that you can see, you can imagine. Everything that you can imagine, you can see it in reality. Once you actually watch it, it can become your reality, you know, because pictures. It's just, it puts it in front of you, and now it's in your mind's eye, and now you can basically manifest it as long as you are looking at it. You know, it's like it's so strange, the whole power of the brain and how it works with affirmations and chants and all that stuff. It's crazy, and when you think about it, you start to question everything around you, because in my opinion, up until recently, like when I actually woke up, you know, and I hate to keep saying the word woke because people use it so willy-nilly nowadays, and my thing is, once that happened for me, and I think, excuse me, I don't know why anyways, I am hungry. My food is over there and I can smell it, so my mouth is watering. Anyways, I remember when Wendy used to do that, but no, it's true, whatever. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think majority of people kind of really had their final awakening around 2020. Maybe it was just me, but I just had this feeling, you know, in 2020, and I lost my dad. It was just a whole lot, and I just feel like I started noticing things, and things just started jumping at me now, and I can't ignore it. It's like I can't go back to how I used to be, where things were just things. Now everything, I have to just question it, because everything kind of tie in together, and every year that goes by, it makes more sense. Because let me tell you, in 2020, people were fighting tooth and nails trying to get this president that we have now, Donald Trump, our president Donald Trump, out of office because of how horrible things were. And then fast forward 4 years later, people were basically destroying each other to put him back in, after discovering that he had all these things that if people who have those things are trying to vote, they can't, right? But now the man is our president, so anything is possible. Anything is possible in this world. So whenever I see things, I just be decoding things like, this just seems a little strange, you know? And maybe other people just don't notice it, but I notice it, you know? Just like how a lot of black men get sent to jail and then come out a different person. Have y'all noticed that? They get sent to jail one person and then come out, they're more feminine, life is different. Just, I don't know. And I'm not around a lot of male who goes to jail, but I do notice it. I don't know how I notice it, but I do notice it. Let me know if you notice it. Do you have people that live around you that just be going in and out of jail, in and out of jail, and then eventually you just see the difference in them? Like the things that they would hate, all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's normal to them. And don't get me wrong, when you are in a room of only your own gender for so many years, so many years, look, a lot of men, they don't even have to be in a room with their own genders for a week and it would happen, okay? Because men will do anything. But imagine so many years, eventually you give in, because men have a very weak sexual drive. It's very high sexual drive, but weak self-control. They don't really have much self-control when it comes to that. So it's kind of strange. And men who are very hyperly sexual, to me, is always that. In my opinion, this is all my opinion. If you're very, very sexually, like hypersexual, what are you trying to cover up? It's giving, and a lot of black men are very hypersexual, in my opinion.